So I think the most important thing is you want to get as much premium on the board as you possibly can.
Yeah.
I'm not going to like tell you to go, man, like go start making more videos, like go start, you know, making, you know, marketing is like the first thought everybody kind of goes to. And that's what I did too. I was like, I really need to just get good at marketing. You really need to just start get like, the name of the game is get premium on the board and in the doors of the business. Hey, Jim.
How's it going?
Good, man. How you doing?
All right. Just figuring this whole Zoom thing out.
Yeah, dude. Good, man.
Good to see you. I don't think we've had a video chat.
Yeah, I don't think we have. Dude, do you have any like questions like that I can answer specifically on like these early stages, something that you're struggling with and maybe I went through that I could try to, you know, help you avoid or expedite somehow?
Yeah, well, I wrote some things down. Kind of just a lot of the things I've been talking to you about. Like as far as my videos are concerned, the introduction doesn't really count. It's just kind of a teaser saying that we're going to start a series to educate the general public. I don't know if you got a chance to see my video, but I tried to make it engaging with comedy. You know, I'd go in and say, oh, you know, like I drew a diagram of two cars, and I have like a Jeep magnet and a freaking like another car that's a magnet, and I have them coming at each other. The Jeep hits the other car, and the liability is that the Jeep needs to pay to the, you know, for the damage to the other car and any bodily injury liability.
Yeah.
But I'll say, you know, there's potholes in the roads, and the Jeep had to, you know, but. What do you think? Should you stick with more of an informative video or comedic?
Yeah, great question. So when I first started, I definitely went the informative, like value-driven route. I want to just bring value to people and explain stuff. And it honestly kind of helped me a lot too, because when you teach stuff, you're able to actually learn a little bit more like while you're teaching it. I think if you're able to teach stuff, then you should definitely understand it yourself. So
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to go because it also reinforces your knowledge. It shows that you're like, you know what you're talking about. Giving a little tip to somebody like, hey, you know, I think I started with like basic stuff like if your dog bites the mailman, like what happens, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now looking back at it, I'm like, okay, was that the most useful or was that like the most not useful but impactful like content to make realistically for you, like to get more exposure, which is the name of the game? Probably not. You know,
Well, yours sounds more impactful than mine because how many people are gonna say, oh, you know, there's an auto liability video I can watch on Facebook. You know?
Yeah.
No. They might jump past that one. It's 10 minutes long.
Right. Yeah. People are like, they want to get more entertainment. If anything, what I would do is kind of just keep like the name of the game is just keep making content because even if it's informative or not, or entertainment driven, it's kind of just documenting your process. So one day, 2 years from now, I guarantee you, man, like I promise you, you're going to look back at all the videos and you're going to be like, dude, I'm so glad I made that. Even that one that's like, dude, that's so embarrassing that I made that one. Trust me. Even this, like you'll look back at this and you're gonna be like, damn, remember when I was like in my, you know, small office and I was just getting going 15 to 25. You know, it's good stuff. Just keep making and you'll start to test and feel. But yeah, hopefully did that answer the question? I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. I like to bring a little bit of comedy into it, but definitely staying informative is a good way to, you know,
I agree.
Reinforce.
Yeah, comedy and value, you can't go wrong with it, you know? So either.
Well, that's how you get people to keep watching.
Yeah, totally. You can make them laugh. People will keep watching. So yeah, that's some good stuff.
But then I did have a couple other topics I wanted to talk about. Like as far as my referral partners, I've broken pretty good into dealerships. I have a lot of friends who are in that space. who I can reach out to, who I can talk to. The cold market for referrals, going into dealerships is kind of tough if you don't have somebody on the inside. But I'm actually expanding into New Jersey and getting my New Jersey. I have my individual license. I'm working on. I'm actually just waiting right now, but I'm waiting on my agency license so I can start selling over there. And then I have 5 more dealerships that I can become affiliated with, which would be nice. But as far as referral partners, I have one captive that I get business from, and he's been great. But I'm looking for more, and it's a really tough sell because a lot of them already have existing relationships, And I go in, I sell my business. I have some late hours that I'll work. I'll work past 5. So if but they don't work past 5, so it doesn't, it doesn't matter. So what do you think the good sell is to a captive agent to be a referral partner?
A good sell to the captive.
Yeah.
I would say for that one, what did you say you were doing now with the captives?
I'm engaging with them a little bit on LinkedIn. I probably should a little bit more, but mostly just giving a call or stopping by, talking to the. I talk to the people in the front first. I'd say, is Joe Blow here? Can I come back and talk to him? And if he is, then fantastic. Sometimes they won't see me, and then I get them on LinkedIn. I have been giving some gift cards, but I haven't been as good with that either. I have to step my game up with that. So.
What do you say to them when you get there? Like, what are you actually asking?
Well, I introduce myself. I say, hi, my name is James. I wanted to have the opportunity to speak with you guys, or speak with, whatever the name is on the sign, about a great opportunity to potentially be referral partners. So I kind of dive right in.
So yeah,
and that scares some of them.
When you say referral partners, there's nothing wrong with going straight for it. I mean, you got to be, shoot your shot. You're there to talk about business and refer business. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
But what I think is important is to actually bring some type of value. Like if you're just like, hey man, like let's be referral partners. I'm like, great man. What are you gonna refer me?
Right. Yeah.
How am I gonna refer you? So in that situation, I think it's important to be like, hey, so the reason I'm here is because I'm an independent agent. I'm like down the street from you. I want to introduce myself, and I can help you with all your difficult insurance risks, stuff that you guys can't place. And in return, I'll send you a little gift card as a thank you, or I'll re-send you your clients that if they come up with any needs of stuff that you guys can write, I'll make sure to send them back to you. And kind of just yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna jump in and say I do verify that I'm not gonna touch the home. If I'll write the auto and vice versa. But I do say that I would be kicking clients towards them if, say, for some reason I can't place them, which would be kind of backwards. But
yeah. So what I would say is like, look, it's really important. You want to try to retain as much business as you possibly can. People are calling you guys here at State Farm, Farmers, Allstate, and they're, you guys have to turn them away, and they're going to go to some other agent down, somewhere else. They're going to call up the next independent agent, and that guy's going to cross out everything. The reason I'm here is because I want to get, build a relationship up with you. And if you can send me a couple clients and I can help, you retain some clients, or, if you can do this part of the business, but you can't do the lesser's risk and they can do, the liability only. I want to try to help you guys. Like, you got to tell them, like, I'm trying to help you keep as many clients as you possibly can, and grow your business. And kind of like an extension, I would almost present it as like, I'm like a little extension of your office, not formally, but if you need help with something, I want to be your guy. Like, what can I do to earn? And you got to ask the question, like, what can I do to earn your business?
Right.
And then, everybody's got something, they might say like, all right, we want to split the commission 50-50. So you gotta be like, sorry, man, that's a no-go for me. I'm not going to do that.
Right.
But you got to ask.
You compromise.
Yeah, you gotta find out. They might say, you gotta refer us clients too. Sorry, man, I can't do that. Like I can write.
Yeah.
Why am I gonna? No, seriously. Like, why would I refer to you?
Yeah.
I can. So yeah, you gotta say like, what can I do to earn your business? Do you have a guy now? I would start off like, do you have an independent broker you work with now? And then they're probably gonna be like, yeah, we have like two other guys. They're like my cousin. All right, man. Well, you probably, if you ever need a backup, let me know. Those ones are tough, but
Yeah, well, I definitely always make sure to follow up. I don't burn any bridges at the end of the conversation. I always want them to know that if for some reason that guy, sells his book or whatever happens, they do have a plan B. And I do have an incentive program that I use primarily at the dealerships, but really anybody can be a part of it. I have friends, professional friends in my network who will refer me. They're in a completely different industry.
yeah,
They'll be a personal trainer or something, but I have them on that incentive chart. And if they send me a lead and it becomes profitable, then I'll kick them back a gift card. So it doesn't matter who they are; they can be a part of the incentive program.
Yeah, no, that's good stuff. I think Jim, I try to stay away from like sending out gift cards or like some incentive constantly because then you're going to play this game where like I'm every time going to send a gift card every single time. And like you're going to get to this point where you're going to start selling a lot of policies. And it's just going to be like, dude, like keeping track of all of it. I would just really like reinforce the value as like when, let's just say you do a welcome email. This is what I like to do. And I learned this from other like veteran agents that do this as well. When you do like a welcome email, like they just onboarded and they were referred to you. You say like, by the way, you're so lucky to have been working with, Mike from State Farm. He's one of the best State Farm agents in the business. Just kind of reinforce that and then CC them on that email so they see it.
Right.
And then they're like, this guy Jim is the man. Like he's hyping us up. Just kind of hype them up. It really, really helps, and it kind of reestablishes that like you're not just here to just take their clients. You're like there to also highlight them a bit, and then that goes for like loan officers, realtors, not just captives, but I deal with the captives a lot. So always like once you get a referral and you CC the person, and you say like, by the way, you're so lucky to be working with Jim from Edge. He's one of the best in the business, and then they love that. So
Right. Yeah. No, and that's free. That's a free way to market yourself, a free way to market your referral partner. So that's a good idea.
that's a good one. Yeah, for sure.
But actually, I mean, you were talking about how difficult it is to record all of the large data that you gather from, trying to keep track of referral partners, or even trying to keep track of what kinds of marketing works the best. What kind of hit rates you're getting from different avenues.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about keeping spreadsheets on everything? Because I'm keeping spreadsheets on certain things like marketing, for instance. How often I'm engaging with a referral partner, or how often I'm engaging with a client. I use easy links for the client stuff, but I do keep spreadsheets for a lot of the other stuff. So what are your thoughts on that, keeping data?
I mean, yeah, data's I love data.
Yeah.
Keeping track of like referral partners, the amount of times you engage with them on a regular basis. I mean, so as far as customer and potential client data, like prospecting data, that's where the money's to be made, So keeping track of every single lead that comes in is first and foremost. And the way I like to split it up is first name, last name, email, phone number. There's a lot of stuff you can do with that, and there's even some automation systems that I could tell you about that are going to be very, very powerful long term.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a long-term game. You want to keep that, they already know who you are. You already quoted them, but they didn't go through. You hit them up every single year until they buy from you.
Right.
That's as far as prospecting. So every lead you get, track it in some Excel sheet or management system where you can pull a CSV file. So there's that. Then obviously customer data in your easy links, super, super important. You need that for customer client, management.
Right.
And then so when it comes to,
I keep a lot of notes in there.
yeah, that's great. No, keep that up. That's important. For referral partners, I would say it's kind of the same as almost prospects. You want to keep all your referral partners together. That way you can kind of track, and I do that through Excel typically. I just like Excel. I'm like old school. I don't know if it's there might be some better management systems or CRMs.
Right.
I use Excel and I just keep them all there. Like I said, first name, last name, email, notes, and then.
Well, Excel is great because it transitions to other software. Where other software like HubSpot or something like that may not translate back to Excel as smoothly. So keeping all your information there, you can email, you can do whatever you want with it. So,
right.
Great.
Was there any specific question about like what to do with the data or like just tracking it?
No, it was really just what kinds of data you like to keep, because keeping it all can be kind of stressful unless you have an outside company that will track your data, which can be expensive. But keeping it yourself, I'd really just like to keep a few important spreadsheets of data. I don't want to, track every time I get up to go to the bathroom. That's I don't need everything.
Yeah. No. As far as there is important data. I mean, the most important thing is there's so many different ways that I've done it, but those three main things: customers, prospects, referral partners. And then as far as within the data, within those three main, like those are pillars of things that you need of data.
Right.
Within those, like for example, leads and prospects and coming in. On also in Excel, I'm like point of contact, like how did they come in? LinkedIn, I put like, and I code it. This is kind of just where you like sort, data. I code it to say, whether it was through Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and these are also in CRMs, but I like to do it manually so that I could see this was from a referral partner, or this was from Jeff, the referral partner down the street. So then I actually use bar graphs after that to show who has referred the most, or like where did all my customers come from.
Make it a visual.
Yeah, you could go and buy some software. I'm sure they do this, but I just do it myself. But yeah, you just see, Jeff from State Farm, he's referred me 10 deals this month. He's my number one referral partner.
Gotta send him something. Yeah,
exactly. Like, this guy's killing it. Like I should probably call him up, bring him donuts to his office, and like talk to his team. And then also you see the ones that are low, and you're like, what's going on with these people? Why are they, normally they're referring 10, all of a sudden now they're at 0. They're probably missing me. So I should probably buy him some donuts too,
Give him a call,
Yeah, and you got to get in there. Like it's the other day I went over to my buddy. He's like one of my friends now. Jeff from State Farm. I don't know if you saw that video where I interviewed him.
Yeah, I actually did. Yeah.
Good guy. He's become my friend, and I went in there and I talked to his whole team, brought them, donuts, and he even told me like, look, dude, like that's really what is important. It's not just me, like I'm the agency owner, but my whole team, they're writing stuff and they're doing 10 to 20 deals a month too, and they're losing people left and right, and they're I don't know what they're doing. He's just the agency owner. So talking to the team too, the person up front, when you go in there and you introduce yourself, when you give them the cards, they're people you need to be kind of nurturing those relationships too. So they're
the ones selling.
Yeah. So I would just keep track of all of it, and then mainly through prospects that are coming in, where they came from, LinkedIn, current client, and client referral. I have a whole I could just show you this data the way I do it, but yeah, that's the main thing. I would say that's probably the most valuable long term,
as far as data is concerned.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, do you? This is just like a sidebar on that, but do you take that data and that information and use it for mass emails or every door direct mail? Like, do you take that and you say, I was able to capture these clients using this marketing method, or you could even reward your current book in a retention viewpoint, and you can say, I was able to cross-sell these people. Maybe I should send them an email. And you keep that list, and you get all the people that you cross-sold for that month, and you send something out, or
Yeah.
something like that.
As far as mass emailing, yes, we do a lot of that. As far as like keeping track of who we did some cross-selling for, not really. Like we won't like go and thank them for buying a new policy. If anything, we're doing them a service. You know, I mean, it's a good idea, but we're doing them a service by asking them the questions like, hey man, like I noticed you have 250, 500, you don't have home. Where's the home at? Let's bundle it together. We just saved you $200. Now, even on top of that, the convenience of keeping it all in one place, we're kind of doing you a favor, even though we're getting a new policy, but we're doing the right thing for the client. So we don't really like reward that, but as far as the mass emailing, yes, like if you can get your hands, Jim, like on some type of list or some type of data prospecting list, if you go to like Quote Wizard or some of these other lead generation sites where you can buy lists of leads, and then you can plug it into some type of automated email blasting software or texting software where you're not sitting there typing out these emails all day like a crazy person. Pressing one button and it's going out to 4,000 people. Dude, it's a numbers game. Like we're playing a numbers game out here. So, and I've watched some of the bigger agencies and bigger guys that are doing well. They're using these tools and they're doing it at scale.
Yeah.
They're not just sitting there like cranking out emails and calls all day. They're auto calling people, dialers. They're using, the only thing you got to be careful with is like where you're getting those lists. You don't want to be caught like in trouble with any compliance things. So yeah, that's why I say like, that's why I emphasize so many times, like collect data, like collect this, because you can keep them up and you can blast them. And there's just so many powerful tools. So yeah.
Keeping anybody you didn't write. But then the big thing, like organically, trying to grow through social media. What do you think about that? Like reaching out and making your own group. Like say you have some kind of hobby, you make a group, and you engage with people about that particular topic. Not necessarily insurance right away, but then the group starts to gain some traction. Then you hit them with a couple ads, and see where it goes from there. What do you think about that?
No, it's also a great thing. I've done several things like that too. Like I think I run like 3 groups on Facebook of like one of them is like specifically for my area. It's called the South Bay Young Professionals. So like in my area, it's called the South Bay, and there's probably like 300 or 400 people from high school and college and like just people I know in the area that are kind of doing stuff professionally, and I put them all in a group of like basically my connections, and other people start to jump in. They add their friends and whatever. It's a good place. It's a virtual networking group. So networking is huge. So yes, the answer to the question is just do it. Yeah. If it's like, for example, classic car like group, of Pennsylvania. I don't know. Like I don't know what you have in mind specifically, but dude, just do it. I would just do it and just add as many people and then make it look professional and give them reasons to talk. And then, like you said, once they see that you're also the one in charge of the page, you're kind of like, you're the host of the party. So everybody kind of wants to know the host of the party. It's weird. Like, for example, what I'm doing right now, like this, I'm the host of the party. You know what I mean? Like it's going on my channel. And I'll give you this too. You can use it too. But the point is that you want to be like the host. Even if you're not doing all the talking, your people, it's like high school when you throw parties. It's funny because Gary Vee, I don't know if you follow Gary Vee, but he talks about this. Yeah. He talks about, he's like the high school kid that threw the parties, like even if he was like the lame kid or like the nerdy kid or somebody, and he threw the party, everybody knew who he was and everybody like wanted to talk to him too. So attention, the name of the game is attention and like getting more eyes on you, and getting your name out there, because if people don't know who you are, or Edge Insurance, if they don't know who Edge Insurance is, then they'll never get a quote. and they'll never buy.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's funny that you bring that up. Like knowing who I am as an individual versus knowing what Edge Insurance Agency is as an entity. You know, I've spoken with a lot of people who are marketing on social media for their own industry, and they say that typically, on average, it's more important to advertise yourself versus advertising, your agency. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's something I thought about too, as far as like personal and business brand. Like those two things
Yeah.
I believe need to be separated. So the business brand is its own thing, Edge Insurance. And then, Jim, you need to have your own personal brand. Hence, like the thing with Chris, the insurance guy. Um, that's my personal brand. If you ever decide one day you're like, hey, I'm over insurance, I don't want to do this anymore. You can't really take Edge Insurance unless you turned it into like Edge Real Estate or something, but you could still take Jim,
Right.
like my personal brand, or Chris, the insurance guy. Like I could be Chris, the real estate guy. I could just move it.
Yeah. You could go nuts and be Chris the tree guy or Chris the plumber.
Yeah, so I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Build up that personal brand. I think it's really, really important to build both. Like you can't just do one. So, because then if you want to scale the business, you want to have some credibility behind that name too. So, yeah, I definitely think do both. If there's one that's working better than the other, kind of, dive into that one, because early on, you really don't want to like spread yourself too thin either. I would say probably I would build up your personal a little bit, do them simultaneously, and then whichever one you're feeling that's getting more traction, kind of feed that one a little bit more maybe. And then once you start to get get the attention, you can kind of cross pollinate into the other one. Even other platforms, like let's just say you really start blowing up on Instagram or really start blowing up on YouTube or LinkedIn or whatever, you start to say, hey guys, like here's my YouTube channel, hey, here's my Instagram, and kind of start leading them towards the other ones. And then you're just everywhere, and then you're omnipresent, and then they'll never stop thinking about you. And then every time they think about it, they're going to think of you, and then the business grows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comes with time. That's what I'm.
Yeah.
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 That's the name of the game right now.
For sure.
But as far as, right now I'm mainly marketing geared because it's very early. Getting the brand out. I'm getting my own personal brand out. What, I don't want to take up too much of your time here, but what other avenues do you think I should be focusing on early on? Besides marketing. I have admin down relatively easily, but I don't have employees yet, and I'm thinking it may not be for another year or so until I build enough revenue to to take someone on, depending on who, if they're already licensed, if it's somebody I have to train, so
yeah.
What do you think?
So I think the most important thing is you want to get as much premium on the board as you possibly can. I'm not going to like tell you to go man, like go start making more videos, like go start making, marketing is like the first thought everybody kind of goes to, and that's what I did too. I was like, I really need to just get good at marketing. You really need to just start the name of the game is get premium on the board and in the doors of the business. That's going to start, once the revenue starts to flow, your doors are going to open up a lot. So go after bigger policies is what I would say. Start targeting, businesses and like commercial accounts. 10, not sorry, 5 figures, 6 figures, 10,000, 100,000, like go for the bigger stuff. See if you can get something like that to stick. That's what's going to start moving the business a lot faster. I would start going and shooting more shots. Like your activity levels really need to start to pick up. Like if you're, quoting like 3-4 times, I would start quoting like trying to get 10 quotes a day. Just talking to more people, squeezing every minute of the day that you possibly can, using those email lists, trying to get some more activity flowing through automation, email blasting, text blasting, if you can do it with compliance. Yeah, I would just really kind of like chop your day up a little bit more and kind of more narrow down and focused on so that you kind of lay out more activity levels. Like I would start your day with like 20 calls, like just before you even do anything, just start with 20 calls right away. Just so that you can get those under your belt throughout just to start the day. You're like, okay, I already started with 20 calls. Everything from here is already kind of now, flowing. Also, I would look into possibly buying some leads to keep more activity up. I don't know if are you buying any leads right now.
I haven't bought any leads yet. I was really focusing more on
Yeah,
referral partners, but is that something that you would practice in your early days?
yeah, I didn't do that myself so much early on, but now looking back at it, if I could afford it, depending on
Right.
where your revenue's at right now, it also
Yeah.
just kind of helps you build up more leads and more, data. I would suggest possibly doing like a live transfer a day, like one live transfer per day. They can get a little expensive, so you got to really shop around and see which ones have the best rates. I think you can get like
Yeah.
auto ones on some places for like 15 to 20 bucks a transfer if you get a good deal.
Hmm.
That just gives you an opportunity. Just every day, it gives you at least one opportunity to close another deal. Just get as much as you can early on because it just compounds. So next year, you're going to be like, thank God in February, I crushed it because now I can not relax, but like it gives me a little more flexibility to, target some bigger commercial accounts or focus or kind of roll the dice a little bit. Um, yeah, just really try to get some.
Right, and it frees up that revenue for marketing.
Exactly. Yeah, just really try to get. I know. I wish I had like a better answer for you, but get more premium on the books in the door. And by doing that, I would just increase activity levels. Like your activity levels, talk to more business owners, like get in front of commercial accounts, like bigger commercial accounts. Talk to more loan officers, talk to more realtors. Set up like your first 10 minutes, 20 minutes of the day, like just doing 10, 20 calls.
Hmm.
Get a list, start blasting some lists. LinkedIn, just start, nurturing the relationships. That's the kind of, I would just say increase activity levels on all aspects of the flow of leads that you're getting now. If it's dealerships that are really doing well for you, go and talk to 10 dealerships tomorrow morning. It's going to pay off long term. Like the more you do early on, the more it'll pay off long term. So those are my thoughts.
Right, and then you can go after what works. Once you have that revenue through the door, and you can explore better ways to go after what works. Right. So like, if dealerships are doing great, maybe I go out and I throw them a pizza party now instead of, instead of just giving them a gift card.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to do that now. It's
Yeah.
worth
It's not that.
test out a lot of stuff. I think if you watch that video with Jeff from State Farm, he said like just testing stuff early on and finding out what's working for me here might not work so well for you where you're at. So find out what works and just test. That's why activity levels are very important early on to find that out. Just maximize your day. Like the moment you start working, everybody kind of starts to think like, I need to work more hours. I need to work more hours. But realistically, you just need to throw in an extra 15-minute Zoom call with somebody and just kind of like, fill in those little gaps where you're like, would be looking at your phone and looking at Instagram or something, some nonsense. Fill in those gaps with stuff to keep you busy and keep you active. Yeah, that's all I got.
I got a full paper, so
Yeah. One was Jim. I gotta hop off. I got another call here, man. But dude, I appreciate you doing this too. I'm glad to see you're kind of, dude. It's great. I think I remember when you actually told me the name. You're like, I think I'm gonna call it Edge, and you made it happen. Dude,
well, I tell you, we'll meet in the middle of the country. Remember, get more states going out that way.
Dude, that's right. Yeah, I'll meet you in. Let me think. Maybe like Arkansas.
I don't know if you can have Arkansas.
Maybe New Mexico.
Oh, well, Well, yeah, thank you for throwing me the bone for the $20 consulting.
No worries, man. No worries. Anytime, Jim. I appreciate you being one of the first guys to reach out to. So, yeah, man, let me know if anything comes up. I'm happy to help out. And dude, I'm excited to see. I think in the next couple of years, I think you'll be bigger than me for sure.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see. We'll keep it going, and we'll do a collaboration if I do get that big.
All right, I'm holding you to that. I got it on record.
All right, man.
All right, Jim. Good stuff, man. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, thanks.
Good
Talk to you
talking.
later.
All right, we'll see you. Thanks, man.